Hey everybody, it's Scott O'Mato back for episode 10 of my Heat and Climate Let's Play. Guys, we're going to try to make some more advancements in this episode and get to tier 3. By the way, I got speed from satisfying a craving, so I got lucky. I've been able to do the last two. The last one I missed, but because I didn't see the chat message soon enough, but I had the material. But I just had to eat a chili pepper that time, so it can be simple foods too. All right, so in this episode, we want to produce the Hammermill. We're going to produce a couple of them actually, and it's actually like a crusher, but it'll give you more drops and a variety of drops and gems and stuff like that too. All right, so shouldn't be too bad to produce. Let's get all our ingots here just so we have them in our inventory for the stuff that we need. All right, so to produce this guy, we're first of all going to want to make 4 of these spindles, wooden spindles, the alloy ones, so that we can make 2 at a time. We're going to just make 2 of this recipe, so we'll double everything. All right, so get these and those, and we should have that. All right, now let's produce 2 of the induction motors. They're just copper and iron bars. All right, so get 2 of those, and we should have it. All right, so just takes another hopper and stainless steel, all right, to make those. All right, there we go. So we got 2 of those. Now we need to make plates for them too, all right? And there's a variety of plates. There's like 4 plates, but these are the 2 main ones. So the first one is the Sus hammer plate, and it is stainless steel with a steel spindle and iron bars. So let's make another spindle. All right, and go through the wood. Get that. Okay, and then that'll be our steel spindle, and we should be able to make this guy now. Have the stainless steel. Okay, so this is your primary plate that'll give you the most dust drops, and we'll look at these in detail. The other plate we want to make is a titanium hammer plate. All right, and to do that, we are going to need to make titanium. So you use titanium alloys, and then the recipe is the same otherwise. So to make titanium, we have to make this titanium dust block. It's right up here. And it takes titanium dust, which comes from rutile. All right, so if you run rutile or the rutile quartz, you'll get it. So you'll get 2 drops from the chips or whatever those things are called, and 1 from the gem. All right, but I've got that stuff over here. We did get our achievement, Advanced Grinding Machine, for making the Hammermill. Okay, so let's get our titanium out of here. So I need, I think, 7. We're just gonna make 1 block right now. I need some aluminum and some chromium, all right, to make that block. So let's get that done. The dust block right here. Okay, and then we can run it through our regular system here. If you look at the processing of it, you'll see that it runs the same way as steel does, needing ultra high temperature or inferno, then needing to be cooled underwater, wet, and then it'll be the hot titanium. Then it'll be the cool titanium. To do that, we need to put it in an oven, and we'll get the titanium alloy block. If it fails, we'll get the brittle one. All right, so to get the ultra high temperature, we have to have both of these water wheels running. Because we have that heat exchanger down there, if you remember, and there's a fire stand underneath it, that is the heat exchangers up in the tier of the fire. All right, so previous episodes have shown that, but if we can get around here quick enough to see it, there's the hot, there's the cooled, and then that converts. Okay, so there's our titanium alloy block. So this setup is very, very adaptable for stuff that we need. And we're done with it, so we'll turn it off for now. All right, so there's our titanium ingots. Now we should be able to produce that. We'll need 1 more steel spindle. Let's get that. Wood. Okay, and this guy. And here. Okay, and now we'll be able to produce that. As I mentioned, there's additional plates as well, and we will look at each one of those in detail. So for right now, let me put up the ingots that I don't need. Just stack them here on the ground. Okay, and these. it's good to be over prepared sometimes. So I had more stuff than we needed, but that's fine. All right, guys, that's cool. So let's get out the additional items that we're going to need. I can put up these iron bars. I'm going to need this brass T2B shaft, some regular shafts, my trapdoors, a gearbox is somewhere in here. Let's see, we'll get a dispenser. Gearbox is right here. And then we're going to do another water wheel. We'll do a dual water wheel setup. Then eventually I'll need these pipes and the bucket probably. But that should get us what we need. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're basically, for the most part, kind of mirror this on the other side. We'll do a little bit of a different pipe setup, but generally it'll be the same. Now that'll just be our starting setup. So let me grab these here, trapdoors, and grab the wheel. Okay, I'll leave that there for right now. We should be good. But we're going to extend this out. All right, because again, we're going to put in 2 water wheels rather than 1. Yeah, they'll go in here, and we want it to be 1 above the ground rather than in the ground like it was, or like that one over there is. So let's see. All right, let's put down our water wheels here and right there. Okay, and then we'll put a gearbox right here. All right, in the gearbox, if you remember from that setup over there, we'll combine the power of the 2 of these, and we're actually going to end up splitting it out, but that's okay. So let me try to get the right orientation there, and then we'll use the wrench to switch between them. We won't be able to run both of these at the same time, but we'll switch with the wrench from one to the other. Now we may not use these millstones very much going forward, but we're going to keep them set up for now until I determine all that, because it's a lot of study determining the recipes and stuff that you need. So, all right, we're going to hook up this T to B shaft. Let me eat real quick. There's some quick taters, and then we will rotate that shaft like such, and then put the extension shafts on there so that we can put pipes and stuff. Now, as I said, our piping system is going to be a little bit different on this one. All right, so now we're ready to put down the hammer mills, and the hammer mills face inward to it, and they'll hook to it when you click right to it. So just remember, you want to go blue to red, and then if you need to rotate it, you can rotate it with the wrench. All right, so oops, hook that guy up to there. So eventually I'll put in another type of shaft. I think it's the X shaft, and put another one in front of here to run all the different plates probably. But in this one, we're going to put the sus hammer plate. All right, and if you look at the use of it, it's got a bunch of food uses too, but we'll look at the ore stuff. Let's see, there's quite a few recipes, but if I run ores through it, then I get 3 of the outputs, 3 of the chips. I wonder what those things are called. I really need to figure that out. It just says bauxite. I guess it is just bauxite, and the other's bauxite dust. This is ore. So, all right, bauxite. But you'll get 3 of each one of those, and no other extra drops. So this, the stone mill will give you 2. This will give you 3. All right, and if you do the titanium plate, which make sure I put that in the right slot, yeah. So it goes in this slot here, and then your items go in here, and your drops come out of there. You can have fluid for some recipes, particularly food recipes, I think. So this one will give you a lot more drops. Now, it doesn't have as many recipes. It doesn't do much food stuff. It's mainly just ores. Yeah, and it'll do ingots, take it down. So that's the only way to get a dust out of an ingot is using this plate. But it'll give you the couple of the dust instead of 3, and then other drops. All right, so the idea is we'll run these separate from each other, but we'll feed a little bit of ore into there and a little bit of ore into there, and then we'll get an output coming over here. Okay, so to do that, we are going to use the cork pipes. Again, they're kind of a challenge pipe, really, in a lot of ways. they have interesting properties to them, and they're cheap. So we're gonna, and I've wanted to play with them for a while, so we're kind of just going to use those in the setup. All right. So basically, we're going to do them like that. Yeah. And if I put one up on top, or put a hopper on top, then I should, it should split. It'll choose one direction or the other. Yeah, that was totally not right. Let me just put a dirt block down here. Be a little bit easier. Okay, and then we're going to have to think about the water. But yeah, the reason I'm putting it here like this is because I'd like to put a third one, and then it'll choose one of 3 locations to go. So that's kind of a challenge, because if something drops down, it'll always choose the drop point, but you kind of want an equal split amongst them. All right, and then we'll additionally run some underneath here to feed into a chest. So again, how these pipes work, some of the ore will kind of shoot back and forth trying to choose a direction, but it won't go into a hopper. You'll see that in practice. So we don't need a chest here. We need a series of pipes along here. Yes, is that right? Maybe one out, because we need a hopper here, so it can't run into a hopper. Yeah, let's come one out. Now let me try to look ahead again, because we would have one of the mills right here. Another shaft, another mill, pipes. Yeah, pipes will go along here. If not, we can adjust it. All right, so that should work. And then here, and then I need some more. I don't have glass on me, I don't think. Yeah. Okay, so that's fine. Let's make a chest output. I got a couple chests. Actually, so let me just run up there and get the glass. The pipes are basically glass and iron. I may have to play with that piping setting a little bit. Got really hot. I guess sprinting made me hot. So let's get some glass. Yeah. And pipe. Okay, and get these. And yeah, 6 will be fine for now. Right. Glass. Okay, should have it. Go down here real quick. We're doing good on time. Right, so let's try to get this done. I do need another hopper. So let's see how my iron situation is. All right, good. I got enough for another hopper. Let's do that. Yeah. So I'll probably need to make some more chests. I'll do a sorting system and stuff, you know, eventually. We'll get a lot of variety of drops from these. All right, so we'll take a hopper out of there, and we'll take a hopper out of here. I can reach it. Okay, and then we'll feed that into a chest. So like I said, they'll kind of bounce back and forth a little bit, just choosing a direction. So like if an item comes out of here, it'll could try this direction, in which case it can't go into the hopper, so it'll come back, but it'll eventually find its way to a chest. All right, and right now we'll just have one chest, but I'll be expanding that, obviously. So let's hook this up to there. Yeah, all right, that ought to work. So now we just need to fill in our blocks and think about water, about surrounding trapdoors. It'll be a little bit weird because of the shape in between them. Let's go fill in all the rest of this. Okay. So let's see, we're definitely going to need one here, 2 there. We'll need only 1 there. Okay, so we're good on this side. Now in here, I think we're going to need 1. Let's see if I can get in here. 1 right on there to block in between them. and then 2 here, 2 here, remove the bottom one. Again, the axle won't let water through. All right, so that's all good. Now let's see, where are we going to feed our water? We got a bucket in here and a button. Let's break this. And we'll feed our water on this side, and yeah, we'll feed it from this side. Now let's look at this back here. That's all pipes, so we should be good. All right, so let's try to get up in the air. Yeah, let me just try to place one right there. Probably the best. There, here. I'm in the block space, I guess. Yeah, that's not really right. Let's hop up here. And there. Okay. Sometimes it's a little bit of acrobatic dance. All right, so we got 2 dispensers. Should be good. Let's place those. Shut this. And there. And then we should put a block in between them so we can trigger both. Well, that hopper's kind of in our way. Let's try to get back up here again. Yeah, we'll think about that for a second, because that hopper is kind of in our way to reach the button. I don't have the whatever it's called, that one mod, that diet hoppers. Yeah, diet hoppers that, you know, makes the hoppers sensible, where the box is more like 114. They're not big. But see, I could trigger both of these in one thing, but I can't really reach a button. But I'm going to try it anyway. Let's just do it from here. Here. And again, it probably is not ideal, but it's doable. All right, so let's put our buckets in there. I do have another bucket. Let me go get some water. All right. And put it in the other one. Okay. So that should be our water. Now let's just try to be sure everything's okay. We can then fill all this in. Okay, let's trigger it. Make sure water doesn't spill everywhere. Looks good. All right, now this will be 31 coming out of that. It's 32 for this one, then you lose 0.04. So 31. So you're getting 15.76 torque on there and 15.76 torque on that guy. And then these will be double fast. They'll be twice as fast as they were. But as you can see, they're not running because we need to switch the gearbox around if we want to change it. Now, it's actually easy when you have it aligned like this. All you need to do is push shift and right click, and it'll rotate 360 degrees around, or actually 180. So yeah, 180, it'll just flip around. So it could go the other side. So if you just shift right click, you can easily switch from one side to the other. So that's useful. All right, so let's check this guy, see if I got my pipes in a sensible way. So we'll run white ore. Now, if we look at the use of the white ore in the crusher, you'll see that it'll give us gold, 3 gold, with the sus hammer plate. Now, with the titanium hammer plate, it'll give us gold and rutile. Actually, I think I'm going to run blue ore. It might give us more drops that we need immediately. Of course, that's lead, bismuthinite, sapphires. So you'll usually get a gem from these titanium hammer plates, whereas this third titanium screen plate, you'll get gems entirely. So yeah, those are the 2 ores I have on me. I think I'll go ahead and run some of this. We'll run a little bit of the large white ore. So we just feed it in here, and it should select, yeah, one direction or the other. Okay. Yeah, so it'll select one direction or the other and then process, and it's decently fast. Yeah, it's not too bad. All right, and then split. And you can see what I was talking about, that sometimes out of this hopper, they'll go down this way, but they can't go into that hopper, so they'll come back. So some will bounce back and forth for just a little bit. I haven't gotten any alternative drops yet. I just got a rutile. Yeah, I got a rutile from that. So yeah, let's look at that again. Large white. Use and see the drops. So I should, yeah, get a rutile quartz every once in a while. So it's basically just golden rutile and rutile quartz. And the rutile quartz you only get 1 dust from. So these you will get 2, and these are titanium, as you saw. All right, so that worked out great. Too bad I can't get a button to trigger. I mean, I could run a line of redstone and trigger from there, but it's not too bad actually. Okay, so that actually works really well. And again, we will probably add a third of the crushers, and we might as well now go ahead and produce this other plate. All right, this titanium screen plate. And it takes 6 titanium ingots. I had 9, so I should have 2. Yeah, I've got 7, so I've got them. Yeah, let's do that. And again, I can right click to get all those. Shift click. All right, so we got 7 of them. Let's see what else we need. Iron bar, I've got 1. Okay, so cool. I could have made those direct. This will give us the screen plate. And if you look at the screen plate, it's gems. It's all gems. So you'll get all these different gems. And that's one of the goals of the mod. Let's look at our advancements. Getting these... it's this one right here. Jewelry collector. So we've got 9 of 17 so far of the gems. So that's one of the goals, because you can make all these. Let me cough for a second. You can get all these pendants and stuff from them. There's a lot of OP type items that you can get from there. But we got our advancements going along here quite well. We're going to make some, we need to make some windmills, steel shafts. Then we can get into the reactor and the higher tier stuff. And now the reactor is a chemical reactor. It's not an energy reactor. So that's important to keep in mind. Let's put up this brass ingot. All right, so we've got that plate. So I don't know. I'll probably just make another one in between, guys. I'm still playing with this setup in creative a bit to determine, because again, it's quite a bit of research to figure out when to use one type or the other, because this plate mainly does a lot to give you these other drops. If you're just wanting drops for ore, then you're using this plate here. All right, so that's kind of how the thing goes. Okay guys, so this setup works nice, but there's one more thing I'd like to try. Not sure that I can get it to work like I want, but we're gonna try. Let's see what's in here. Okay, so I got some rutile gold, rutile quartz. We could try to run some of the dusts over into this to run them again, because if you look at the screen again, the plates, you can't run any of the dust in the one with the sus hammer plate. All right, none of the dust will go in there. It's all just ores. All right, but this guy, the titanium one, will run dusts, or will convert to, well, I guess actually will run the sphalerite and stuff by itself. All right, whereas these guys won't. This just runs the ore, not the dust, just the ore. So you can't run any of the dust through there. So it'd be ideal if you could selectively pick to run some dust back through this one, all right? Just so you could get your other drops from that as well. So let's try a setup. Again, I'm not absolutely sure that it'll work like we want. It's a little complex with these cork pipes. But if we run a pipe here, all right, let me think about this for a minute. So if we're going to have a chest, that is our output chest right here. All right. Then below the guy, we have a hopper. But we're going to use a special hopper that's from Heat and Climate called the filter hopper, all right? So if you look at that, it's basically just a hopper and an iron bar, all right? And it'll allow you to keep one of each item in a hopper slot, which basically acts as a filter. All right, so if I run this guy down below here, like that, and over to here, right, and I run a hopper into the side of this. Now I tested this in creative, not this exact setup, but kind of close, right there. Okay, so run the hopper into the side of that. Now we run some pipes here and up to that. All right, so that will insert into this hopper from the side, a regular hopper. But it, at least like I said in creative, it wouldn't do it with this filter hopper. So I was able to fool it by having the filter hopper face into that, and then this pipe, I have another pipe coming up to the side of the chest there. So while it looks like it's connected, at least like I said in creative, it wasn't going into there. So let's test that and see how it works. Be sure that it'll work the same and that it's something we can do. Let me eat real quick, guys, because that would be a nice option. And this is configurable by redstone as well. So let's say that I just had gold go through here. So you would want to filter that. There's that chest. I wondered where that chest went. So it keeps its inventory. Pretty much everything in there keeps its inventory. So if I said I'll let gold go out of this into there, and then I can put a lever. Let's see if I got a lever. It's titanium too. Lever, no. Let's make one. Sleep real quick again. We're at time, but I'd like to try to do this because that's kind of just a icing on the cake. And then, like I said, I think in between I'll make another one of these or explore the possibility of it anyway. All right, so lever real quick, because then we could turn that hopper off if we didn't want anything to filter through it. All right, so just a lever right there would work. All right, so yeah. Now if I run dust through here, let's try it, see what happens. Should have more white. Run some more white. Of course, I need to turn the whole system on. Okay. Run more white. Well, let's see. Some of it will go there. It'll come here. Process. Pull out to here. The gold is allowed to go back over there. Now, is it inserting into the hopper? It is actually. But only the filtered stuff. Okay, that was the distinction. Yeah, that's not a problem because only the filtered stuff will go into there. All right. And the way these cork pipes work, if there's a straight route, it'll take that instead of going up. But if we get one of the other types of drops, let's try to watch that, see if we get a rutile. It should go upward. A rutile won't go into the filtered hopper. You should get a rutile from somewhere. There's dusts. Yeah, dusts are the same. Yeah, see, dusts travel upward. The filter is blocking them. Yeah, there's some quartz. So everything but our filtered item will go that way. And this can insert direct. So that's pretty much how that works. Now, again, it'll change an alternative route, but you can see it can't go into this, even though it's basically the same thing that what we were doing over here. So I don't know why that is. I guess because this is already connected to an inventory going down. So it may be trying to go into the hopper and come down. I don't know. It's a little weird, but it actually works for what we want to do. Look, guys, we got a diamond. So we got a diamond from processing this gold. So that's pretty nifty. Let's There's another one. So the diamonds, you get them at a... Let's look at that again. Let's look at gold, dust, the use. So in the... Well, it's not showing here. It's with that plate though. Let's look at the plate. Plates are over here. Let's look at this plate, use. And you'll see that, get to the dust. Yeah, right here. You get diamonds at a 5% chance when you process this gold. So if you process gold, you'll get diamonds at a 5% chance. So that's pretty good, guys. So that's from large white ore. Anyway, we accomplished a lot in this episode. Kind of neat setup. Again, it's a little complex, and the reactor gets really complex with dealing with all the liquids and stuff. But it's fascinating and really interesting, I think, automation-wise. Again, I need to start trying to plan the space a little bit more. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to keep stuff out of the way so I could build the bulk of the building. But I need to start laying that stuff out. We need to get more complex foods. We need to get automated farms going a little bit. Our summer's running out on us. Again, there's a discrepancy between the summertime and the heat and climate mod, which should be 80 days, I think. So probably day 180, but the serene seasons will be 160. And again, it kind of works itself out. Basically, we'll just change to the fall colors and stuff when heat and climate changes. It'll just give us like a little temperature relief. We may get the leaves change. We'll see if Serene Seasons does it. I'm not sure if the texture pack will override or not. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Hopefully we aren't too far over. I'll do a little bit of editing, and I do appreciate you guys for sticking with me and watching. Hope you're enjoying it. This is a really, really cool mod. I love it. It's really a nice mod. All right, so we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.